Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is your Monday 7:07. It is a beautiful morning and an amazing week ahead of us. In Kenya, they're preparing to inaugurate the president-elect. And so today I just want to speak to the politics in this country and in every African state, really, because this is something that I think touches on Africans. We borrow a lot in politics, in governance, and indeed even in democracy from Greek mythology, Greek society, not mythology actually, from Greek history. Most of the democratic systems, the aristocratic systems, were developed by the Greek. And one of the famous Greek philosophers, Aristotle, he says, the biggest challenge with democracy is not the leaders, it is actually the electorate. He says that when you put random citizens together and you pick somebody who sells ice cream and somebody who's a leader and pit them against each other to debate for a position of leadership, the person who sells ice cream is more likely to get the job because that person who sells ice cream gives people pleasure. They're going to say, oh, why do you want to follow this guy? This guy is a politician, he's a leader. He's going to bring you difficult policies that will make your life tough. They'll tax you. They're going to harass you. Me, I'll sell you ice cream. I'll bring you all sorts of goodies to your house. And he's actually right. When you look at the state of our politics as a nation, as a continent, our ask is so low. What we demand from our politicians, unfortunately, we set the bar so low and we hit. My challenge to this country is that we need to get to a place where we can increase our ask as an electorate. In every other industry, whether it is a medical field, there is a medical guild, there is a professional body that protects that industry against quacks. When you go to the legal industry, you have the Lawyer Society of Kenya, protects that industry against quacks. When you go to architecture, you go to engineering, every single industry has got a professional body and qualifications that are needed for somebody to enter that field and be qualified to practice. The only field where we do not look for qualifications is the political arena. And yet, the people in charge of politics have got the power to impact virtually every single other field that is professional. It's a sad state of affairs. And I think we as a continent and as a country need to get to a place where we increase our ask. When you look at the leaders that you have, the MPs, the MCAs, the governors, when you look at all these leaders all the way to the top, are you happy with the quality of applications? Forget the people who finally got the job. The people that applied for the job, are you spoiled for choice? My challenge to the president-elect that is being inaugurated tomorrow, President Ruto, and all the governors here, and all the members of parliament, my challenge to us as a country is, can we engage in civic education? Can we engage in training the people, the citizens, the young people that are going to vote, and their vote matters just as much as a professor, for the next 5-10 years? Why don't we engage in civic education and teach these people what it means to have a good politician? Can we train them and tell them how to spot a good president, how to spot a good governor, a good member of parliament? Because guess what? When you guys leave power, your children, your businesses, your generations to come will be at the behest of the government of the day. If you don't set the right policies, then you're going to end up with leaders that you disapprove of. They are going to lead your children. They are going to lead you. They will be running your retirement benefits. So it's not just about being in power right now. My challenge to the government of the day is this. Can we raise our ask? The political landscape operates according to the law of supply and demand. When an industry demands for something, then the entrepreneurs get into that industry and they supply according to the demand. So if an area is devoid of petrol stations, entrepreneurs will see the gap and they'll fill that gap. Now, if we can create a demand as a country for good leaders, that as Africans we can say we demand better leaders. We demand a certain level of education. We demand a certain level of integrity. We demand a certain level of a track record and experience, that we can have a quantifiable limit. We can have a proper rubric that we can test and examine and say, these people meet the threshold of becoming good leaders. If we can get there as a country, then we can grow this nation. And it will not really be a matter of who becomes president or who becomes governor or who becomes your member of parliament. You already know that the people that are eventually in that bracket have met a minimum qualification. We as a country need to raise the bar. My challenge to you as an individual, train yourself to pick good leaders. It starts from your house, to your business, to your surroundings, and all the way up to your politics. I hope this helps. I hope it makes sense. This is your 707. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Victor Machoka. See you next week. Cheers.